Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to kill Connor over and over again and have him return at every opportunity before reaching the end, and that'll earn you the I'll be back trophy. Now chances are you're going to do an entire playthrough where you kill Connor as often as you can as a separate playthrough. So I'm also going to show you how to chop off about 4 hours of the playtime here, and that is by killing all the other characters in the game. So this is going to be kind of a step-by-step walkthrough on how to get the I'll be back trophy, as well as earning the trophy for having Hank kill Connor. So let's start off with the death number 1. In the hostage situation, there's a couple ways this can play out. You can have all 3 of these guys fall off the roof together, or I'm going to do a self-sacrifice and save the girl, but I'm going to take a bullet and die for our first death. And here's how it plays out. Now there's a couple tasks we're going to have to do to set up some deaths later, as well as for killing off the main characters such as Alice and Cara, as well as Markus. Again, we're doing that to speed up the playthrough. Now in the partners chapter, you're going to be able to begin and then continue a hostile relationship with Hank. So I'm going to threaten him. I'm going to persist. I'm going to be basically cold to him throughout this playthrough. We need him to be hostile towards us. Now, he's going to become hostile first in the partners chapter after I spill his drink on him. So this is going to begin ultimately a death for later down the road, but you have to make sure you set it up beforehand. If you're friends with Hank later, you cannot get one of the deaths. Now, in death number 2 is going to be in the interrogation. You're going to ultimately have to choose an approach. You want to probe its memory. Don't worry about getting a confession. Probe its memory, and that'll lead to death number 2. Also, you have to make sure you caught the deviant in the partners chapter.
Come here, piece of shit. I'll teach you to look me in the eye.
I accessed its memory. I know what happened.
What the fuck is it
It's
doing?
destroying itself.
Stop it, goddammit!
I can't stop it! That's enough. You need to stop that right now.
Watch out! Holy shit!
Now, I also hope you noticed there at the very end, you do have to select intervene in order to get the gunshot to your forehead there, but that is our second death. Death number 3 is going to be during On the Run. In the earlier chapter, I had Cara and Alice stay at the motel. So on the run, we're going to, as Connor, go and see the girls sitting by this door. This is going to lead to the chase. Now, we're also going to kill Cara and Alice here. So basically what's going to happen is Cara and Alice will start crossing the highway. You have to make sure you cross that first highway. And then Connor, you have to select go. You have to continue chasing him. And then once Connor gets on the highway, you just stand still, fail all the quick time events, and the cars will eventually kill him. We will then, after Connor kills himself, get control of the girls again. And then as they're crossing the highway, the second highway, we're going to fail all the quick time events, and both of them are going to die, and that's going to eliminate all of their chapters later on in the game, and that'll make this playthrough much, much quicker.
Don't shoot! We need it alive!
Oh, fuck. That's insane. Hey, where are you going?
I can't let them get away.
They won't. They'll never make it to the other side.
I can't take that chance.
Now you will get yourself killed. Doing the Tyler! God damn it! Jesus Christ.
Now that is Connor's third death. As I mentioned, you can now kill off Cara and Alice. Eliminating everything else that they would have had to have done in the game will definitely make this playthrough much quicker. Again, same thing as when we killed Connor, you just have to basically do nothing.
Watch out, Cara! No!
And that, my friends, is a very, very sad ending. Now, have no fears. Connor will come back because Connor is obviously just a model. There are multiple, unlimited number of Connors. All right, so in the nest, we are going to have a quick and easy death here. As we are chasing the deviant, you're going to pass this greenhouse here. Once you pass this greenhouse, you can go through either way. I'm just going to take the shortcut here. Once you pass here, you're going to have to jump down, and you're going to slide down some glass, and you're supposed to jump with the X button. So we're going to jump here, and now we're not going to touch any more buttons. We're going to jump across. We're not going to actually jump across. Just don't do anything.
Ah, Jesus
You
Christ.
reach that ledge there, fail the quick time event, and Connor will die for the 4th time. Now in the spare parts chapter, you're going to run into a security guard, and he is going to ask to join you. You have to make sure you refuse. If you have him join you, he will save Marcus's life later in the game, and we are setting up Marcus's death for later. So you must refuse his help. You do not want him joining you. Now in the Eden Club, here's a really good way to decrease or get his hostility with Hank. When you get to the blue-haired TRACI and her partner, you're going to basically want to just fail all the quick time events. When you fail all the quick time events, at the end there's going to be some dialogue, but you can have an option to shoot the TRACIs in the back, and that is really going to upset Hank, and that is going to allow us to get killed by Hank later. So again, this is kind of a setup. This is one of this and the spilling the drink on Hank is definitely a good way to lower your relationship quality with him. You also want to remember that you just always are just mean to Hank, aggressive. But this part here, as well as the spilling the drink, are two really big negatives towards your relationship with Hank.
Congratulations, Connor. You got him.
Speaking of having Hank shoot us, that is going to be our next death. It is also a separate trophy on of itself called Hank Shoots Connor. So we're at the bridge. If you have a hostile relationship with Hank, you just want to answer the questions in a specific order. There's actually a few different combinations, but there's a bunch of questions. So here is how it plays out with the selections you see on the bottom left-hand side.
Can I ask you a personal question, Lieutenant?
Do all androids ask so many personal questions, or is it just you?
I saw a photo of a child on your kitchen table. It was your son, right?
Yeah. His name was Cole.
You should stop drinking, Lieutenant. It could have serious consequences for your health.
That's the idea.
We're not making any progress on this investigation. The Deviants have nothing in common. They're all different models, produced at different times, in different places.
Well, there must be some link.
It could be a software problem that only occurs under certain conditions.
Well, that's just a fancy way of saying you have no fucking idea.
You seem preoccupied, Lieutenant. Is it something to do with what happened back at the Eden Club?
Those two girls. They just wanted to be together. They really seemed in love.
Nothing in their program allows them to love or desire anything. They're machines.
What about you, Connor? You look human, you sound human, but what are you really?
I'm a machine, designed to accomplish a task.
Did you feel anything when you shot those two girls? Fucking bastard. Or were you just executing some program?
All I did was neutralize two machines, Lieutenant. I didn't hesitate for a second, if that's what you're asking.
I could kill you. And you would just come back as if nothing happened. But are you afraid to die, Connor?
You can't kill me, Lieutenant. I'm not alive.
What'll happen if I pull this trigger? Hmm? Nothing? Oblivion? Android heaven?
Nothing. There would be nothing.
So that is death number 5. Hank has definitely got some issues. Personally think Connor is mostly responsible for it at this point. Yeah, I would hit the bottle too. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on from this tragic scene. Again, there was its own separate trophy, but in the Stratford Tower, we have to kill off Simon, basically. So when you get to the very top, you want to assault the guards, and as I'm approaching, I'm going to draw the gun. I'm going to shoot the guy on the left with L1. The guy on the right is then going to take a shot at Simon. Simon will then ultimately be brought off to the roof, where I'll actually end up killing him off. But you got to make sure Simon is not around, because he can prevent Markus from dying later. Now, in Public Enemy death number 6 is going to happen. If you go into the break room, you want to interrogate the guy on the left. The guy on the left is the Deviant, and eventually, after a minute and a half or two, you're going to get kind of get in a fight here. He's going to rip a part of you out, and then you're going to have a minute and a half basically to go retrieve that part. You don't want to do anything. At this point, you're just going to let the timer tick down to 0, and then you will, unfortunately, well, or fortunately, if you're going for the death trophy, die.
Hank! Hank, I need help!
Connor! Hang on, son. Hang on. Hang on. We're gonna save you. Hang on.
Deviant. There was Deviant.
Connor! Connor.
All right, next up, we are going to go to the Meet KAMSKI chapter. This is more of a PSA. You have the option to shoot or don't shoot Chloe. I recommend you just don't shoot her. If you do shoot her, KAMSKI is going to want to give you the location of the Jericho. Well, we need to go to the evidence room, so it's just best if you don't shoot Chloe there.
We're leaving.
Now, next up, we're going to go to the Freedom March, and this is going to be the death of Markus. If Simon is alive, or if that security guard from the Don't Spare chapter is with you, both of them will sacrifice themselves in order to protect Markus. With those two characters gone, and we covered that earlier in this walkthrough, you can sacrifice yourself. If you sacrifice yourself, no one will be there to save you, and you will have killed off Markus, which will also then make the rest of the game much quicker.
We have to go north.
No.
We have to go.
So death number 7 is going to be in the Last Chance Connor mission. This is in the evidence room. You're going to use the evidence. I'm using the TRACIs here, using the head of one to get the information out of the other. Find the location of Jericho. Well, we're also going to meet Gavin. He's an FBI agent, and you're going to have a fight with him. All you simply have to do is don't do any quick time events. Just fail everything.
And now, it's gonna be definitive. Fucking androids.
All right, so the next chapter is Crossroads. It's a very quick chapter when everyone else is already dead. Eventually, you're going to meet North. You're going to remain a deviant, or I'm sorry, remain a machine, actually. And then, as you're trying to track down North, chasing her, you're going to get caught up with this policeman here. All you need to do is choose attack and then fail all the quick time events.
Fucking androids.
We found several hundred androids in the hull, sir.
Take them away.
Yes, sir.
Clear the ship and order the men to withdraw.
Okay, so everything's been quite grim so far. A lot of deaths. And we got a pretty sad one here. Connor is going to go to the home of Hank. Hank is going to ultimately kill himself here. I don't know if the dialogue options matter or not. You can see the choices I made. Pretty simple. I bring this up not to show you sadness, but the trophy is actually going to pop after this chapter. So you're not actually killing yourself here, but you'll get the I'll be back trophy after this chapter, but there will be still 2 more deaths I will show you after this is over.
You should stop looking at that photo, Lieutenant. Nothing can change the past. But you can learn to live again. For yourself. And for Cole.
You know, every time you died and came back, made me think of Cole. Give anything to hold him again. But humans don't come back.
I understand.
Now leave me alone. Go on, complete your mission, since that's all you care about.
Get out of here!
And at the end of that chapter, you will then get the I'll Be Back trophy if you follow this guide. And you'll also get the platinum probably, because most people, this is the final trophy, unless you need some magazines. Now, with everyone pretty much out of the way, it's just Connor and North. North, of course, is just a side character, but it is just you and Connor and North. You're going to be up on top of a building, and you're going to be trying to snipe North from above. Well, ultimately what's going to happen is a SWAT team will come up to the rooftop and stop you. As long as you don't obey them and then ultimately choose fight, you will have the 9th death of Connor.
Put the rifle down and turn around with your hands in the air!
I'm the android sent by Cyberlife. I'm on your side. I can shoot the leader of the Deviants and stop the revolution, but you have to let me.
Put the gun down, turn around. This is your last warning. I know you. You're Connor, the android from that hostage situation. I thought you were dead.
Androids don't die, Captain.
My orders are to detain any androids I find. You're coming with me.
You don't understand. My mission is too important to let you interfere.
I should have done this the first time I saw you.
So there you go. You choose to fight, fail the quick time events in order to achieve that death. Now, it's just North and yet another version of Connor, the 10th one. And North, without Markus, is going to fail in leading her revolution. Eventually, she's going to go to another Cyberlife store. You're going to go in after her. And then you're going to have an option to choose shoot or spare. Now, you can do neither of those options and let the timer run out instead. And both North and Connor will fall, and the end of the game will occur. So that'll be it.
You can take my life. It doesn't matter anymore.
My mission is to neutralize the leader of the Deviants. And I always accomplish my mission.
We fought for our dream and we lost. You can't hold my people down forever. One day we'll rise up again and we will win. Go on. Shoot. What are you waiting for?